Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to talk on the style of how I do YouTube videos and streaming. So like pretty much like doing things in one take and improvising. Because and just hear me out with this, and I'm not saying everybody needs to go based off of how I'm doing content creating stuff, but I don't like doing things multiple times. I don't like spending too much time on something. And I remember at the start of me being a content creator, I hated the sound of my voice. So like that's why like now like I had to say why I've mastered the whole idea of like doing things in one take and improvising. Like so more so because improvising that comes into play when I'm streaming. So like when I'm streaming, it's because the thing is like, I know I can't do some stuff like that where it's like, if I mess up on a sentence, I gotta end the stream and start the stream up all over again. It's like, no, that's wasting your viewers' time and stuff. So that type of stuff, you can't, no, like if that's ever crossed your mind, do not do that, okay? For the sake of the fans that you can possibly make, do not do things like that because people will not be interested in your content. Or into your streaming channel if you're doing stuff like that. And then with like YouTube videos, like doing things in one take. So yeah, let me just, cut straight on into it and stuff. So back in 2010, all the way up until I believe it was 2011, that Christmas, I did not like the sound of my voice, or how, more so like with the recording devices that I had, I just didn't like how it made my sound, or how it made my voice sound. So I tried to always avoid doing like talkative videos and things, because the thing was like I always had things to talk about. I just didn't like the sound of my voice compared to like now where it's like, okay, I'm an adult, my voice is a little bit deeper, I don't sound like no child and things. And so and I had to say, like, if you look at some of like the heat and hate that a kid gets just for being a kid in the content creating world, it's like, fam, you're always getting called a squeaker, you're always getting called like some sort of name, and it's like, bro, that kid's just trying to be a content creator. They can't help it if they're a child. Like, literally, everybody else, you're not gonna be 5 years old or however old being a content creator with a deep voice. Like, if your voice sounds like mine at the age of 5, you need to stop smoking cigarettes. Like, no, that's what that is. It's like, you need to stop smoking. But so anyways, but no, like I did not like the sound of my voice, cause it was at that time, like, cause I was 14, so like I was like hitting that puberty point of my life where like my voice is just, it doesn't know what it wants to do. It doesn't know whether it wants to be deep or it doesn't know whether it wants to be some high pitched squeaky voice, like I'm sounding like a chipmunk or something. So didn't like my voice. And then it wasn't up until I think like when I had got my iPad, because that's one thing that I can tell you guys, that Apple products records things, like that's what they're more so focused on. They're focused on the camera features on their devices. So like iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, all that stuff. I haven't, because I just recently bought a MacBook, and I don't know what the audio recording sounds like when I'm recording off of that, but it's like Apple products, like when it comes to recording stuff, trust me, it's gonna sound good, alright? So anyways, I remember it was that Christmas, my parents, they got me an iPad. They got both me and my sister iPads, and I remember when I think I recorded a video, and I was talking and things, and then when I played the video back, when I heard my voice, I was like, oh wow, my voice sounds so nice like with this, versus like when I tried to record videos off of a flip phone, horrible. I'm like, bro, it was not working. So then I had tried like other devices and stuff. Like I had this digital camera that didn't work out so well. So everything was just horrible. Like it was all just bad and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. I ain't gonna, like that first year of me being a content creator, like back in 2010 and 2011, like it was just, it wasn't worth it. I was like, no, I can't, I don't like the sound of my voice. And so, yeah, it was like once when so like I was 2010, actually, no, I was 15. I was 15 when I started, recording like voice videos and stuff. And I had that, my channel for like almost, at that point, almost 2 years and things, cause I created created when I was 13. So yeah, it was like, I think it was like 2011, August 3rd, 2011. It had been officially 2 years. So anyways, once when I heard that, then I was like, okay, you know what? But it was like still a part of me was like, I didn't really like hearing my voice and stuff. I think that's just a common thing though with content creators, is that you don't like hearing your voice when it's being recorded. Now it's weird because I remember when the whole reason why I got into content creating was because one of my friends had featured me in his vlog. And so I was like, I didn't care about my voice. I didn't care. The fact that I was just on the internet, I was like, hey, yo, this is sick. This is crazy. So then, for some reason, then when I started recording videos, it's weird how it's like, you can be perfectly fine in another person's video, but when it comes to making your own videos, that's when it's like, I don't know, maybe that was just me, or maybe people, it's like, it's like that for like both, where it's like, you don't like your voice on other people's videos and your videos. So yeah, it was just, for me, it was backwards. It was weird, and I was like, I didn't get it and stuff. So, but anyways, so once when I got my iPad, then I remember I started like doing more talkative videos and stuff. But I was like I said, I still didn't like the sound of my voice. So that's when I started doing the whole like, okay, one take, say what you gotta say. If you like what you said, post it. If you didn't, delete that video, record it again until you like what you said. And that's always been like my mindset when I'm recording stuff, or whether it's a podcast episode, YouTube video, whatever it is. It's like, if you like it, post it. If not, don't post it. So there's been a lot of times where like a lot of my videos, not so much my reaction videos, but like any other form of like videos or even podcast episodes, I've had to do multiple takes because I'm like, I didn't like that. I didn't like what I said. I didn't like how I started off. I didn't like, this, whatever it was. I just wasn't feeling it and things. So yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, like one take, no mess ups. Say what you gotta say. You only got the microphone for this amount of time. So say what you gotta say and enjoy it, alright? And yeah, I'm like, with like, especially with my podcast, like I remember at the start, because I liked it, and I was like, I just like the idea of just sitting down talking. It kind of brings me back to the roots of like what I was doing originally on YouTube, where I was just sitting down and just talking about stuff. So yeah, that's why I was like, no, I like this. This is chill. This is fun. This is cool. And then eventually it got to the point where it's like, I think once when I started settling in and getting comfortable, then that's when it became more of a challenge for me. So it's kind of weird how that's set up for me too, where it's like, if I get more comfortable with something, then I just kind of like let loose. I'm like, oh, well, whatever and stuff. Like if I mess up, then I'll just have to do it. But now it's like, it's getting frustrating because I'm like, okay, stop messing up. Like say what you guys say and get it over with and things. And like fam, I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard. I'm gonna just tell you this right now. It's hard being a content creator, especially like when you're being somebody like myself, where it's like I know people probably would ask, like, have I ever used a script before? The one and only time I had to say that it was like a blend of like who I am as a content creator and then what one of my friends wanted me to do. So it was at a point in time when I was beefing with some YouTubers and my friend wanted me to just squash it all. So he kind of like, he helped me put this video together. And it just did not seem like me. Like, I was like, this isn't me. This isn't who I am. So, I did do the video, but I think at some point in time, I took the video down and was like, nah, that's not me. That's not who I am. I'm like, I know I can do and be better than that. So I'm like, nah, let me do this video in my style and things. And yeah, it just went right back to my old ways because I don't like the thing is that I wouldn't necessarily say that I don't like going off of a script. Like, I can, but the thing is, like, I know I'm going to forget. So that's like, I might as well just like improvise. Like when I am doing the video, it's like improvising and then just doing it all in one take. I'm like, that's honestly the best, because some of my best videos, even like if you check my like some of my all my reaction videos, it's like you don't really need a script for a reaction video. So that's why like I think a lot of people, if you know me based off of my reactions, then you're probably all like, where is this coming from? I wasn't always doing reaction videos. Like when I started off with content creating, it was with doing like gaming videos. So like I had to say that's like another thing that did help me out too, was doing gaming videos, because I'm like, okay, I play the video game and I'm just, I just gotta like talk on what I'm seeing and then talk on some stuff that I wanted, like things that I know about. Because I feel like that's why a person would mess up if they're, trying to like improvise. If you're talking on something you don't know nothing about, then yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. And that's like with me, I'm like, fam, I'll just tell some old stories about myself. Like if it's a story time, I'm like, okay, I know what happened. I know what I'm gonna say. So I don't know how I can possibly mess up on the story time. Or if I'm doing a tutorial on like, oh, how to get this weapon, I'm like, okay, this is what I know what I'm going to say. So that's why I'm like, okay, like it shouldn't even be an issue in things. And one of my friends, they actually had noticed that because, last year when I started streaming, I was like, okay, well, this should be easy. It's like, you're sitting down, literally having a conversation with people. So like, the thing is, like, why would I write out if like, just to overall, because she was like complimenting like how I'm able to just sit and just talk with people and stuff with streaming. And I'm like, everybody like has that like, that personality in them when you're becoming a streamer. Like you sit and you chill and you're talking with friends. It's really nothing hard about it. It's like you guys look at it, and that's what something I've always said. You gotta look at it as like you're sitting down like at a lunchroom table in school talking with a group of friends. That's how you gotta see it. Because if you don't see it like that, and you see it as like, oh, I gotta be professional, I gotta write this out, I gotta, that's not being a streamer. That's not even being a content creator. It's like there's no fun. My thing is this, like, and there's nothing wrong with like having a script out for stuff. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you use a script for recording videos or whatever it is that you're doing, that is 100% fine. But with me, I'm like, I see it as like, it's a freestyle kind of, in a way. Like, that's what I want to call it. But it's like, that's not really the name and stuff. So like, I guess I'm a freestyling content creator. But it's like, freestyling is more so considered with music. But I had to say, like, in a content creating sense, that's what I'm doing with, YouTube or podcasting or streaming and stuff. Because like, my thing is this. If I were to use a script, I feel like that I would have very less videos than I have up on YouTube right now, or podcast episodes, and any of that stuff. If I gotta just like write out the script, right, like, like imagine how I'm gonna say it. Me, like right now, it's like just being able to sit down and just talk about whatever and stuff. I'm like, that's feels a lot more authentic and better, rather than like, oh, let me write this out. Oh, that's a good thing. Because then it's like, and then on top of that, it's like, if I want to add something, or if I'm like, okay, let me wait until the end of the week, or wait until I feel like I got everything down, I'm like, that's taking too long, rather than like, okay, let me just plug my microphone up and just start talking about some stuff. Like that to me feels a lot better and stuff. So there was at one point in time where it wasn't even really like writing down like a script, but it was just writing down like the titles of like podcast episodes on stuff that I wanted to talk on. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well then, yeah, this is what I'm going to talk on. This is what I'm going to, so that's like probably, and I don't even really do that. Like now I'm like, I just, whatever I see that I want to record, that's what I'm going to record. So whether it's a reaction video, podcast episode, whatever it is, gaming video, I'm like, if it comes to mind and I'm like, oh, okay, that would be a good idea, then that's how I do things. But yeah, like the script just isn't my thing. I'm like, I don't really particularly care for like scripts and stuff. Like, not saying that it's, something that nobody should like, get into. Like if a script helps you, then do what you need to do to help you and stuff. But with me, it's like, I feel like I've gotten so many videos out the way, and even like, and it'll be like hard videos where it's like people think like, oh, for like a voiceover, like, you think you need a script for that. I'm like, fam, I didn't need a script for voiceovers. I don't need a script for my podcast. I don't need a script for YouTube videos. None of that stuff. Like, whatever it is I want to talk on, I'm like, I'll improvise it, start talking, because I feel like it helps you become a better content creator. And that's why it's like, my advice out there for people, it's like, practice that stuff. Even if it's a difficult thing to get into, practice it. And, eventually, you'll get better and stuff. So that's how I see it. You know, it's like you just gotta keep practicing and stuff to get better. It's literally like that with everything. So that's the moral of the story. Practice makes perfect. All right. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And in that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.